everyone and welcome to today's lecture. The topic for today's lecture is accident prevention. The objectives of my topic are understanding meaning of accidents, understanding causes of accidents, understanding unsafe acts, understanding various types of accidents, understanding accident prevention, understanding various techniques of reducing accidents, understanding other preventive measures of accident prevention, understanding framework for safe system of work to prevent accidents, understanding different models of accident prevention, and understanding Swiss cheese model. Let us begin with meaning of accidents. Accidents are uncontrollable event with potential of causing damage to men, material or environment. An accident is defined as an unplanned event resulting in personal injury or property damage. The health, safety and environment define an accident as any unplanned event that resulted in injury or ill health of people or damage or loss to property, plant, materials or the environment or a loss of business opportunity. Accidents can be classified as unplanned and unexpected events giving increased risk of injury, ill health, death and loss of property, damage to environment or any combination of thereof. Accident definitions converge to some assumptions about a hazard materializing in a sudden probabilistic event or chains of events with adverse consequences. Classification is used to standardize the collection and analysis of data on accidents. Standard categories are damage or loss, injuries and fatalities, material and economic losses, reputation, etc. Incident, type, fall, slip, explosion, etc. Agency, machine, vehicle, tool, etc. Hazardous condition, defective tools, unsafe design, housekeeping, etc. Unsafe acts, errors and omissions. Now coming to causes of accidents. Accidents are caused in terms of the nature of work. Some jobs are such that they are highly accident prone and one has to take considerable precautions to avoid and prevent the accidents from occurring. Some of the environmental conditions which cause accidents include the following. Heating. Research studies have highlighted that the accident rate was lowest when the temperature is between 55 and 59 degrees of Fahrenheit and highest over 69 degrees. Between 59 and 69 degrees, it was moderate. Further, it was found that men experience the heat more than women. Second is lighting. Accidents sometimes happen due to insufficient lighting. Most accidents were found to happen in the winter months. Lack of light is responsible for three types of accidents: contact with machinery, object dropping on a person falling. Another type of accident influenced by insufficient light is eye injury resulting from something getting into the eye. These kinds of accidents happen because workers get the objects dangerously close when they have difficulty in seeing. Now, age and experience. It is found that employees usually had more accidents in the first 6 months and steadily dropped in the later periods. Thus, in general, accidents rates decrease with age and experience. When men and women were compared, accidents rate decreased steadily with age for men, but not clear-cut evidence is available about women. Age normally accompanies experience, which in turn accompanies a decrease in accident rate. Health. Accidents are significantly associated with the aspect of health. When a worker is predisposed with some ailment, there are higher chances that his or her concentration in the job reduces and hence increase the rates of accidents. Absenteeism. There is a direct relationship between accidents and absenteeism. When a worker wants a leave or absence and is not sanctioned the leave, there is a chance of accidents increasing as his mind or concentration is not on the task he is performing. Psychological factors. When workers were liked by their fellow workers, they tended to be accident-free, and those who were disliked by their associates tended to have higher accident rates. Further, it was also found that when morale is high, accidents are not likely to happen. Unsafe acts that lead to accidents. Some of the unsafe acts that lead to accidents can be summed up as under: operating equipment without authority disregard of SOP or instructions, removing safety devices using defective equipment, using improper PPEs or using PPEs improperly, working in an unsafe posture, absent-mindedness, nervousness, willful intent to injure, working while under the influence of alcohol or drugs, improper lifting and carrying, lack of knowledge or skills. Now, types of work accidents. Common workplace accidents that occur are as under: slip and fall accidents. According to the National Floor Safety Institute, slip and fall accidents are the leading cause of workers' compensation claims. Additionally, slip and fall accidents are the leading cause to occupational injury in people aged 55 years or older. These accidents can happen in any work environment, and the injuries sustained can range in severity. Some of the most common types of injuries suffered in slip and fall accidents include fractures, sprains, knee injuries, and hand or wrist injuries. Office accidents. Many people think that offices are free from any dangers. However, that is not true. In fact, injuries are often sustained in office environments. Some of the most common types of workplace accidents and injuries that occur in the office include trips over wires, repetitive motion, injury slip, and false muscle strains, back injuries. Construction accidents. Construction sites are inherently dangerous. Heavy equipment, hazardous materials, and elevated heights often cause serious accidents on construction sites. Some of the most common types of construction accidents that occur include crane accidents, scaffold accidents, ladder accidents, forklift accidents, building collapses injuries from falling objects. Now coming to mining accidents. Miners work hundreds of feet below the surface with heavy machinery and explosives, which is a deadly combination. Miners are 6 times more likely to be injured on the job than most professions, but they are just as likely to have their benefits denied. Hospital accidents. Hospital workers can become victims of many different types of accidents. Workers in the healthcare industry are not only susceptible to standard accidents such as a slip and fall, but are also at risk of other types of accidents in the healthcare industry. For example, nurses and doctors can contract diseases or illness from their patients. Warehouse and factory accidents. Warehouse and factory workers are often subject to dangerous working conditions. Unfortunately, these dangerous working conditions can result in serious accidents and injuries. Some of the most common types of accidents and injuries that occur in a warehouse or factory include back injuries, repetitive stress injuries, forklift accidents, lifting injuries, machine injuries. Now coming to accident prevention. Accident prevention includes all measures taken in an effort to save lives, escape from injury, lessen the degrees of injury, reduce loss of properties, treatment and compensation costs, production and time loss, and morale loss of the concerned organization. Most of logical method of prevention is to control the activities around us rather than the activities controlling us. In carrying out an activity, all concerned have to see that activity is accomplished safely. Accident prevention is the most basic of all safety management paradigms. If safety management is effective, then there should be an absence of accidents. Conversely, if accidents are occurring, then effective safety management must be absent. Therefore, understanding how accidents occur is fundamental to establishing interventions to prevent their occurrence. Safety Institute of Australia, 2012. Coming to reducing workplace accidents. Following 5 steps are helpful in avoiding and reducing workplace accidents that are as follows. Identify any potential hazards in your workplace. A hazard is anything with the potential to cause harm. Common hazards for many businesses include wet floors, objects obstructing paths, gas leaks, loud noises, repetitive motion, and ergonomic issues and heavy items that can strain employees' backs. Although some hazards are less likely to happen in some workplaces than others, it's important to assess which hazards are most damaging to your business and your employees. Clearly mark all potential hazard areas with proper signage. In many industries, proper signage is required by law. However, even if it is not required for your business, proper signage can be a valuable tool in protecting your employees. Create a safety manual. Include procedures for handling all potentially dangerous situations in the workplace. Add a disaster management plan for events like fires or natural disasters. Give each employee a copy of the safety manual. Now, develop a safety training program specific to your business. A safety training program for an office environment will be much shorter than one for a manufacturing plant, but still cover basics like ergonomics, use of machines in the office, evacuation plans, sanitation procedures, and basic first aid. Manufacturing situations may also include safe machine operation, chemical handling, and use of safety equipment. Make safety training mandatory for all employees. Now, monitor the workplace for potential dangers. If your workplace is inherently dangerous, you should hire a safety manager. You should monitor employees and make sure they are following your safety program properly to remain safe. Other prevention measures. Following 10 tips help to prevent an injury and protect your workforce are as under. Incorporate a safety and wellness plan. The foundation for a safe work environment is an effective accident prevention and wellness program. The program needs to cover all levels of employee safety and health with the encouragement to report hazardous practices or behavior. Conduct pre-placement physicals. Some accidents are caused by inexperience and the inability to physically perform the position. Screening applicants is a safeguard for placement with the appropriate positions matching their physical capabilities. Educate employees and management staff. Continually cultivate a safety standard among employees and management staff. Train employees about the importance of the following safety measures as often as possible. Supplemental training in body mechanics can reduce strain injuries and keep employees safe during lifting and moving. Research safety vulnerabilities. Every business is unique and does not necessarily have same safety concerns. Pay extra attention to common accidents and develop strategies to keep these setbacks from happening. Provide protection equipment. Personal protection equipment is essential and should be enforced at hiring, meetings, and with spontaneous monitoring. Take time to teach employees how properly use goggles, face protection, gloves, hard hats, safety shoes, and earplugs or ear muffs. Have advocate staffing levels. More often than not, overtime hours are implemented because of low staffing levels. Overworked employees may suffer from exhaustion and cut corners to meet or exceed output. Hiring part-time or seasonal staff could help prevent accidents due to exhaustion. Don't take shortcuts. Accidents happen when employees skip steps to complete a job ahead of schedule. Make sure all instructions are clear and organized to prevent undue mishaps in the workplace. Inspect and maintain all company vehicles. According to the Occupational Safety and Health Act findings, workplace driving accident cost employers a huge amount. Maintenance should include monthly inspections and repairing vehicles as soon as possible. Now, monitor safety measures. After initial training, reinforce safety measures at every opportunity, that is, staff meetings, supervision, and education. Reward employees who abide by setting standards or staying injury-free for a specified amount of time. Keep an orderly workplace. Poor housekeeping can cause serious health and safety hazards. The layout of the workplace should have advocate footpath markings, be free of debris, and stations for cleaning up spills. Framework for safe system of work to prevent accidents. The framework for safe system of work to prevent accidents are as safe design, safe installation, safe premises, safe plant, safe tools and equipment, correct use of plant, tools and equipment, effective plant maintenance of plant and equipment, proper working environment ensuring adequate lighting, heating and ventilation, trained and competent employees, advocate and competent supervision, enforcement of safety policy and rules, additional protection for vulnerable employees, formalized issue and proper utilization of all necessary clothing. Coming to models of accident prevention. The history of accident models to date can be traced from 1920s through three distinct phases: simple linear models, complex linear models, complex non-linear models. The simple linear model assumes that accidents are the culmination of series of events or circumstances which interact sequentially with each other in a linear fashion, and thus accidents are preventable by eliminating one of the causes in the linear sequence. Complex linear models are based on the presumption that accidents are a result of a combination of unsafe acts and latent hazard conditions within the system which follow a linear path. The factors farthest away from the accident are attributed to actions of the organization or environment, and factors at the sharp end being where humans ultimately interact closest to the accident. The resultant assumption being that accidents could be prevented by focusing on strengthening barriers and defenses. The new generation of thinking about accident modeling has moved towards recognizing that accident models need to be non-linear, that accidents can be thought of as resulting from combinations of mutually interacting variables which occur in real-world environments, and it is only through understanding the combination and interaction of these multiple factors that accidents can truly be understood and prevented. Now, the domino theory. In 1931, the late W. Hinrich presented a set of theorems known as the axioms of industrial safety. The first axiom dealt with accident causation, stating that the occurrence of an injury invariably results from a complicated sequence of factors, the last one of which being the accident itself. Alongside, he presented a model known as the domino theory, as this accident sequence was likened to a row of dominoes knocking each other down in a row. The sequence is injury caused by an accident due to an unsafe act or mechanical or physical hazard due to the fault of the person caused by their ancestry and social environment. Now, Swiss cheese model. Swiss cheese model is the most widely used accident and analysis model. Swiss cheese model was developed by the Reason in 1990. In this model, the concept of safety layers was used, while holes in the safety layers correspond to the deficiencies due to the latent errors, for example, organizational errors, environment, etc. When the holes in the defensive layers align, then hazard can lead to an accident. Although this model also has some limitations, which are even acknowledged by the James Reason, but still this model can provide a detailed insight about the system. The main aspect of this model is that latent conditions interact with local triggering conditions, and in case of safety barriers are unavailable, this could lead to an accident. This brings us to the end of the topic. Thanks for watching.